Hey, what's up, everyone? So we just thought we'd do a little recording because Phil and I are very excited because it's here, the printed version. What's more, special bonus, anyone who orders it early on gets this messed up kindergarten version with the messed up design on the back cover, with the back material going far too near the edges. This is going to be fixed. So if you can get your hands on one of these collector's items, that's what I'm saying. No?
Yeah.
Investment, that's all I'm saying. But that's not the real value in it. The real value is in the book itself. So these are out now on all demonic bookstores worldwide online. You know the one we mean. But no, generally most bookstores you can buy it in Walmart, and here, there, and everywhere as well, and print on demand. And we're just such a relief that it's out there. It's taken an awful long time. So why should anyone read this book, Phil?
Well, I think because, putting the words together with that, Ben, I think you've written probably the best book on the history of the human diet and how it's all gone horribly wrong. I think it's as simple as that. And I think people should buy a few copies, give them to their friends, share it everywhere. It really is brilliant. And I can really go for it on that because I was just a collaborator and did a few Zoom calls and whatever, to give you some extra ideas, but you put it all together, and the writing is beautiful as well. I'll never write again because, having read Ben's books, I'm never writing another book. No, I have a different process, but Ben's is just the research he does and everything is fantastic. No, it inspires me. It's like listening to Vinnie Colaiuta. People go, "Oh, I'm going to give up drums." No, not me. I go, I've got to go practice, right? And then I don't bother, but it inspires me anyway. But yeah, this book, just so many people. What the responses we've had from it have been amazing because we've had it available as a digital bundle, haven't we, in the Big Fat Challenge and whatever. But the stuff that people have said about it is quite amazing. Such compliments, and people who even have all the science of it together have said that there's stuff in there about the history of it and exactly what's gone on and how we got in this mess that they didn't know. I think it's a really important book.
Well, there's so much stuff that we didn't know when we started the process of writing the book as well.
Yeah.
Going back to the beginning and the, things about how agriculture changed society and the role of the psychopath and all that kind of stuff in it.
Mm.
Really, really mind blowing. And then corporations and industrial revolution and all that kind of stuff. But it's only when we sat there for months and kind of pieced it all together that it all
Yeah,
started.
if we hadn't started cultivating wheat, we wouldn't have Bill Gates today.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, please, guys, if you want to support us, but more than that, if you really, really want to understand food, and also I would say, even if you've got your head around food and why meat is healthy and meat and fat are necessary and all that kind of stuff, but you haven't really got your head around the war on meat and why that matters, then I think again that's another very, very important aspect that we get into. And the last few chapters are meant to be very hopeful because some of it's kind of quite bleak because we're talking about a long history of degeneration of the human condition leading up to the present day. But then we turn it around and say, this is what we can do. And this is why we need to put food back at the center of our lives, the center of our families, and as a focus of our society and culture as well. Because it has been weaponized against the human race. There's no question about that. And we need to reclaim it. We need to get it back, and get back our own health and our own sanity. And kind of, I mean, one of the big ones for me as well is the spiritual connection of how what you eat is far more than a lifestyle choice. It really informs where you belong in the scheme of things, in the big web of life, in the universe. And when we're told that you can eat insects or you can eat slurry that comes out of a laboratory, or it's fine to eat vegetables and fruit, that leaves us just going, well, don't we belong in nature? Aren't we part of nature? Yes, we absolutely are part of nature. and we have an ordained place in the order of things. And the book explains it.
Yeah, it's amazing the levels of deception. Because often people get sick and then they'll just go, "Oh, right, I need to eat a Mediterranean diet," or which isn't a Mediterranean diet. And then they have a load of salads with olive oil on or something like that, and low-fat pasta, and and then they'll up their meat and their fruit and veg intake, and that's when they've come off the processed stuff, and they don't feel any better on that. So they think, right, let's get back to the processed stuff. And so I feel that it's sort of like an elite's trampoline, all of this plant-based thing. And on so many levels, they're attacking the farmers and trying to put them out of business. Make out that meat is the worst thing, causing every sort of ailment, when if you eat nothing but that, it fixes all the ailments. And we need to understand the history of it, I think, to explain to people why we're not that barking mad for saying this stuff, when all of the authorities and scientists and WHO say something different.
Yeah. And not just history, but the near future as well, if we don't do anything. But fortunately, sales of meat are going up, and sales of vegan nonsense are declining or crashing down, which is a good sign. But we all need to put our weight behind this movement, because we talk about eugenics, we talk about some of the usual suspects, your Klaus Schwabs and whatever, and what role they are playing. And because right now it does feel like we are at a critical point in human history, and if we allow them to take the meat away from us, we're screwed.
Exactly.
So go out and get the book. If you love it, go and buy a bunch more copies and give it to everyone you know. And we really thank you for your support.